Hey guys, welcome back to Prep Talk on Prepping in Progress. I'm Steve, and today we've got another listener question. What if I can't afford a bug out location? So let's get into it. The listener question was, what if I can't afford a bug out location? What do I do? Um, I'm going to be honest with you. Without doing a personal sit down, I'm not going to call it a consultation, but some one-on-one time and understanding your situation. I can only talk in generalities. Okay, so please understand that I don't know your situation. I'm going to throw out some things that I've come across in the past with other people. All right. Having said that, what is your financial responsibility? What bills do you have? First things first, go over your debts, go over your house payments, your mortgage payments. Where are you financially? So, that in and of itself, a lot of people are not in a position to buy property or to start putting money down because they have outstanding debt or credit cards or a house payment or 3 car payments. Maybe it's time to consolidate and to minimize. If you are seriously thinking about prepping, if you are seriously considering some form of event larger than a small scale natural disaster, you might want to be considering getting out of debt. If you go back and look at the Great Depression, the banks still wanted their money. Shut up. The banks still wanted their money whether or not your farm was producing. Okay? So, no matter what, the bill collector was coming due. So if you're seriously considering running this lifestyle, debt free is a very big first step. But like I said, I don't know your personal situation. Some of our other viewers and friends that I've talked to will bring up that they're on a fixed income. I have a family member, disabled, fixed income, disability and Social Security, living right at the poverty line. But he'll bow hunt, he'll fish, and he'll mow lawns and do whatever else he can to make ends meet. So he's not in a position to buy property, to buy a BOL. He rents. He and his wife rent. Okay? However, this same man was once a member of the U.S. Army rifle team. Expert marksman. He can drive anything with up to 18 wheels. He has 30 years as a diesel mechanic and 30 or 40 years on the road trucking. Okay, he's got skills. Eyes may be going, he may, be getting on up there in age, but push comes to shove, you can shove this man into an 18-wheeler and say, get to point A, get to point B, and he'll get the vehicle there. So he's got skills. If you have looked at your debt, if you have looked at the other factors that might be holding you back, and there is no way for you to get a location, mags, teaming up, do you have the skills that would make you attractive to a team of people? Do you have more than I've got an AR-15 and 500 rounds of ammunition and a plate carrier? Sorry guys, anybody can get an AR-15, 500 rounds of ammunition, some magazines, and a plate carrier. Anybody can sit on guard post. Can you farm? Can you raise chickens? Can you milk goats? Can you identify edible wilds, pick them, cultivate them, and start a fresh garden? Do you have the ability to do stealth gardens? What is it, guerrilla gardens they're called? Do you know hydropower? Do you know how to handle springs? Do you know how to compost well and design compost in such a way that, well, if we put these fruits, these vegetables in this particular bin, and if we put grass clippings over here, these are going to be able to go on this pile, and this will go on this pile, and we'll build, it'll be best for whichever plant. I have heard of that. I haven't investigated it, so that's why I wasn't very detailed. Do you understand birds? Do you know how to falcon? Are you a falconer? Do you have skills that would make me go, here's a room on my property, here's a barn on my property, here's a small building on my property, it's yours, start laying up your food? I know lots of people who will tell you, don't show up at my property without a year's worth of food. That's your ticket in. That's something you have to take into consideration. That is some major thoughts. What is your ticket onto the island? Not just gear, not just stuff, but skills. What makes it worth someone to go, hey, I'll give you a place on my boat, but you have to do X, Y, and Z? A less than scrupulous person would say, yeah, you can store a year's worth of food here and you'll have a place, and then turn you away. Or you show up and take your AR-15, your 500 rounds of ammunition, and say, thanks for that too, and your year of food. Goodbye. So skills, what can you do with these, would buy you a ticket. If you cannot afford a retreat all on your own, options. Find a team with one. Meet up with people, whether they consider themselves militant homesteaders or other groups that start with M. Cultivate friendships, cultivate relationships, and put your hands on the line. Put your skills on the line. Put your knowledge on the line. If you're a trapper, if you're a woodsman, that's food gathering skills right there. Another way to do it, if you cannot afford a retreat on your own, let's discuss going in with friends. Let's discuss, do you have family members who are of the same mindset? Do you have friends who are of the same mindset? Do you have a set group of people that you could get together with and put money down? There are several realty groups in northwest Arkansas and southern Missouri that will, I mean, we're talking $200 a month, sometimes even $50 a month for 2-3 acres until it's paid off. Consider, going in with that, going in on a fishing cabin, a fishing lodge, a fishing lease, a hunting lease with other people. If you have 2 or 3 hunting buddies or reenactors or just people who get it, get with them and say, hey, let's put our funds together and get just a little place where we can pull away from the world. Those are my suggestions. My top 3 is your skills and working with other people. Either buying your way in with your skills, meeting people, having something to offer them is my favorite. Well, I won't say it's my favorite. My favorite is getting out of debt and being able to afford your own, free and clear, and not be reliant upon anyone. Be the property owner, be the one that they're reliant upon for having a location. My second, if you cannot get out of debt, if you are on a fixed income and you cannot afford a place, my second would be skills. Look for, meet like-minded people, and throw your skills on the table. And say, hey, I've got my hands, I can teach this, I can do this. Let me join your group. And it may take a year or two to join a group. The last, like I said, was hook up with friends and buy or rent a small hunting lease or fishing lease or even just a small amount of property. I hope this helps. It's the top 3 that come to mind. So, thanks for watching Prep Talk. I will talk to you later in the week. Have a good one.